Hey, what's up? We are doing an unboxing video today. So I have not done one of these in a very long time. I'm not even sure how long it's been since the last time I did an unboxing video for the Retro Treasure box. The reason being is I have been skipping my renewals every month for like probably over a year now at this point. And the reason why is because, unfortunately, with the Canadian dollar continually going into the tank, uh, getting these is getting really expensive. And unfortunately, although I do believe they are still worth it when you look at from a U.S. market standpoint, unfortunately, with the exchange rate and everything else and so forth, they have not been as worth it, and I was starting to feel that way already the last time I did one. The reason why we got this one is because I forgot to skip the renewal. So this is the one for January, and I forgot to skip it. And yeah, it was a lot when it came through on my credit card with the Canadian amount. Yeah, there needs to be like gold in here basically for it to be worth my while at this point, unfortunately. And unfortunately, that just hasn't been the case. This is not a knock against them specifically because this is not their fault. If you're in the U.S., I still highly recommend it. If the Canadian dollar ever massively improves, you know, maybe. And with everything else going on right now, I don't want to get political, but with everything going on with the potential trade war with the United States, with the U.S. imposing tariffs on Canada, apparently starting on Saturday, as of this recording, probably it'll already started most likely by the time you see this video, but um, and Canada planning to retaliate in some forms. It's going to get really messy, and things are probably going to get a lot worse before they get better. Um, so yeah, this is um, as much as I do enjoy these and so forth, and as much as I do think it is still a good value in general, I can't really justify it for Canadians right now. So this will probably be the last one for a while. But since we did get it, and since it is here, we might as well play along and go with it. And, it's fun to get some stuff. So, so we're going to open this guy up. We're going to pull out our plastic bubble wrap and stuff, as always. Another little airbag thing there. All right. So there's definitely a Super Nintendo game in here. It's right on top. I can feel it. And then it looks like, it feels like an NES cartridge underneath. And then there's at least, I think there's 5 things in here. So there's a Super Nintendo cartridge on top. There feels like an NES cartridge underneath. It feels like 2 other cases, like PS4, PS3-ish. And then a larger one, which will be a full-size DVD, so that would be like 360, Wii, Wii U, something along those lines. So yeah, that's what I think is in here. So let's start. What do we have for Super Nintendo? Oh, that is not a clean label at all. But we're starting off with Nickelodeon's Real Monsters. As you can see, yeah, that label is kind of worn. It's clean on the top. Yeah, so we'll have to be interested to see how much this guy's actually worth. I have no idea. So that was our Super Nintendo game, and then next on top should be an NES game, and we've got... Oh, nice. I was literally just talking about this game the other day at work. So we got Skate or Die for the NES. So I actually used to have this back in the day. I actually had Skate or Die. I think my parents got it for me for my birthday or something. I don't know. It's weird because I don't remember going to the store and buying it myself. That's the thing. I don't remember, like, most of the games I had when I was a kid, I had to buy myself. My parents really didn't believe in buying video games because they were quote unquote too expensive. which I mean is not wrong. They are, um, but I feel like I did get this one as a gift at some point. I don't know why my parents thought I would enjoy it, but they did, and it was a cool game and so forth. I do have it on my Iconic Arcade retro machines and stuff like that. We have it on the Iconic Arcade at work as well, and so forth. It's always kind of funny when the video comes up on the little loop thing. But anyways, I digress. Okay, so our first game on top is PS3, and it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So it's the original Modern Warfare. So it was Call of Duty 4, the fourth ever Call of Duty game made. Has the instructions and everything, which is nice. Disc is in pretty decent shape. Not perfect, but not horrible. Yeah, so we got Modern Warfare there for the PlayStation 3. And then we've got... I think I have this game for Xbox. I think. We got Star Wars Squadrons for PS4. It is VR compatible. It's not required, though. Disc is in really good shape. We got that. And then... last but not least... these ones are always hard to get out because they're basically the size of the box. We have the original Titanfall for Xbox 360. Oh, God. And the case is kind of broken. The disc was not sitting in properly. The good news is the disc is not scratched, though. It's in... there we go. It's in pretty good condition. That's why the disc is not in there properly. Yeah. The case is broken. That's unfortunate. I think I have more 360 cases kicking around somewhere. So we got Titanfall. So right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, in my personal experience, there is no way, even in US dollars, that this is worth the cost of the box. I don't believe it for a second. Obviously, we are going to find out, as we always do. And we're going to take a look and see what we have here. So as always, we use PriceCharting.com to check values. We have it in US dollars right now, so I'm gonna write down the values of both. Handy dandy notepad. All right, so let's start with the Real Monsters. So we got All Real Monsters, Super Nintendo. Loose, allegedly is $9.95 American. And we're going to switch to Canada real quick. $14.34 Canadian. Okay, back to American again. And our next game is Skate or Die. Skate or Die for the NES. A loose copy goes for $8.25 American, or 11.89 Canadian. Yeah, so like this is not a good start by any stretch of the imagination. And the thing is these games are as common as they come. So we got Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and it's for PS3, not PAL PS3. It is the Game of the Year version. Yeah. Call of Duty 4 is $661 or $950. Oh wait, hang on. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Sorry, because it's not loose. It's complete. It's not much better complete. Apparently, it's $661 loose or $698 complete. And Canadian, that would be $10.06 complete. I do want to check real quick. Let's go back for a second. Is the non-Game of the Year version actually worth more? Yes. But not by much. But again, this is the Game of the Year edition. We're going to go by the Game of the Year edition listings. So, yeah, so the difference is it's $1 more US for the non-Game of the Year edition, and about almost $1.50 more for the Canadian version, if that makes any sense whatsoever. All right. So then we got Star Wars Squadrons. And we're looking for PS4, and it is complete. In US is $8.29. Yeah, this is bad. Like this one is not even $11.95 Canadian. This one is quite bad, I will say. And then last but not least, there's no... So, actually, before we even... So what is that? 9, 17, 18... 25... okay, yeah, to be fair, it's close. It's close. Like, if this is... Even if Titanfall's only worth $1 or $2, then technically... it is correct. Titanfall Xbox 360 complete is $467 American or $673 Canadian. So yeah, this is, I mean, I definitely didn't get my money's worth because of the Canadian dollar. An American probably did. Let's get the actual totals here. So in American, $9.95 plus $8.25 plus $6.98 plus $8.29 plus $4.67 is $38.14. Yeah, so pretty much exactly, right? However, for Canadian, so keep in mind right now with the Canadian dollar, anything you pay American is pretty much double. And unfortunately, as you heard as we went along, these values were not double. So we're not even going to be close, I don't think. 1189 plus 1006 plus 11 plus 673 is 54.97 Canadian. Yeah. And unfortunately, I paid more than that. And that's not even factoring in shipping. So, as I said, as an American, if you're an American, this is probably still a good value. It has been really since the beginning. Like from if you're looking strictly from an American consumer standpoint, American values, American dollars, etc., etc. For any American citizen, somebody who lives in the United States, this is probably still a good deal. These boxes, I'm sure people are getting a lot of great stuff and so forth and whatnot. As a Canadian citizen, with the current exchange rate as it is, and again, a pending trade war with the United States, this is not good. Unfortunately, by the time you factor in shipping and exchange rate and everything else, you are definitely not going to get your money's worth on this, unfortunately. And that's sad, unfortunately. So yeah, I might. The only negative thing I will ever say about their website is that unfortunately, you do have to email them to actually cancel. There's not an option to just cancel right on the website, which is unfortunate. You actually have to send them an email, which is part of the reason. Like, because like I could just cancel and resubscribe later, and I wouldn't have to worry about trying to cancel it every month, and and make a mistake like I did this particular month. Um, that said, uh, I might actually be sending the email to cancel. Unfortunately, um, until it becomes more cost efficient, um, this is not the best way for Canadians to get their retro games. And if you live in Southern Ontario, there is plenty of great shops out there, specifically in Hamilton, and there's one out in Burlington, and like they're literally everywhere. Between the microplays and other independent stores, there is literally like I'm within half an hour driving distance of at least what, at least five places where I can buy retro games, and most of these stores, their selections are phenomenal. Even if you're a little bit further up north, like Peterborough, where out in Peterborough, there's like two or three stores right on George Street. Like, um, I know one's been there for quite a few years. I've been in it a couple times and so forth. And there was like a newer place that I hadn't seen before. I don't know how long they've been there. They've probably only been there for like 2 or 3 years. Um, but their store was fantastic as well. Both had great, huge selections and reasonable prices and so forth overall. And again, the places around here in Hamilton, the same thing. Like here in Hamilton specifically, I've dealt with both Retrosaurus and One Up Games and had great experiences at both stores. And both are run by extremely friendly and helpful people as well. So, um, yeah, like um, I I cannot unfortunately recommend Retro Game Treasure if you're Canadian. I can't. It's just not cost efficient. Um, and it's not like and unfortunately, and I hate to say this, and again, this is gonna sound bad. It's I would have been able to easily find these at any of those stores, easily. They would have had every single one of these in stock. I could find this one at my store where I work. So, unfortunately, like I said, not worth it. Um, but if you are in the United States and you do feel it's still worth it, and I think it is if you are in the United States, um, the link is in my bio. Um, and sorry, my link tree and in the description, sorry, below. I've also got the link for price charting. I mean, you could Google it, you'll find it pretty easily, but it's in there too if you want to see where I get the values from. And yeah, that's it. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I know it's going to be a while from between the time I've recorded this and the time you're going to see it, but that's okay. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to do one more recording for another unboxing video, which I'm not sure which one's going to be posted first, but either way, yeah, hope you had a good one, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.